Latin scientific name for the Yangtze finless porpoise is Niphakinia aegiorhyntius. The Yangtze finless porpoise belongs to the Animalia, Chordata, Vertebrata, Mammalian, Eutherian, Cetacea, Odonticeti, Phaconidae, and Niphakinia in biology taxonomy. Unlike fish, Yangtze finless porpoise rely on the lungs to respiration, necessitating frequent spacing. Consequently, they are often visible on the river. During respiration, only their heads emerge, followed by a graceful descent back into the water. The usual breathing interval is about 1 minute, although in moments of distress, they can remain submerged for 8 to 9 minutes. The Yangtze finless porpoise's body is dark gray, round and slightly spindle-shaped, with adult length reaching about 1.5 meters and weighing around 50 kilograms. Typically, males are larger than females. Their skin are lubricated, devoid of hair or sweat glands, with a substantial layer of fat beneath it, enhancing their adaptation to underwater life. Featuring a rounded and blunt head, a protrude forehead, a short and broad snout, a wide oral fissure, and an upturned mouth, they are often compared to smiling angels. Their small eyes, located on both sides of the head above the corners of the mouth, possess limited vision. Similarly, their eye holes are smaller than a sesame seed, belie their exceptional echolocation capabilities, emitting sonar signal up to 100 kHz. Preferring habitat near the shores of rivers and lakes, Yangtze finless porpoises typically live alone or in small groups of 2 or 3. They use their sonar to communicate, navigate the environment, and locate prey. Diet-wise, they primarily consume small fish, devouring up to 10% of their body weight daily. Cooperative hunting is common when they use their tail fins to agitiate the water, grabbing fish before launching coordinated attack. Occasionally, they engage in playful behavior, tossing their food in the air before consumption. Mating generally occurs between spring and summer, with a single offspring born per gestation. Newborns, measuring around 70 centimeters, require at least 2 years with their mothers before achieving independence. The Yangtze River, the habitat of the Yangtze finless porpoise, is the only freshwater river in Asia supporting 2 mammal species following the functional extinction of the Baiji dolphin. The Yangtze finless porpoise stands as a sole freshwater dolphin species. Functional extinction occurs when a species population falls below a critical threshold, rendering it highly vulnerable to disturbance. At the same time, inbreeding also further harms to the species, finally leading to inevitable extinction.
The Baiji and the Yangtze finless porpoise have ancestors that lived in the ocean, some of which swam from the ocean into the Yangtze River due to global climate change and competition for food. At that time, the Yangtze River was like the Garden of Eden for them, where they were at the top of the food chain and had no normal predators, until one day they met humans. The Yangtze finless porpoise is primarily endangered due to human activity, even though the effects of extreme weather have somewhat contributed to the species' demise. The Yangtze finless porpoise is a typical opportunistic predator. Semi-migratory fish are the main food source of the Yangtze finless porpoise, and the decline of small fish resources is one of the main reasons for the rapid decline of the population. Illegal electrofishing results in the death of a large number of aquatic organisms and unhatched eggs, and the surviving fish lose their ability to reproduce, resulting in a decline in fish population. In addition, a significant number of aquatic animals may perish from a lack of oxygen in a particular region of water as a result of illegal electric fishing. Illegal fish poisoning has led to massive fish killings and heavily polluted water bodies. Sand mining seriously damages benthic organisms and fish habitats, destroys the riverbed substrate, and increases underwater noise. It may interfere with the sonar system of the Yangtze finless porpoise, resulting in the damage to its hearing system. Except that the propellers of operating vessels can directly injure and kill the animals. Underwater blasting construction will produce high-intensity underwater noise, leading to the death of the Yangtze finless porpoise. Construction wastewater, sewage from construction and transportation vessels, and domestic sewage from construction workers may leak, impacting the surrounding water quality and indirectly affecting the survival of the Yangtze finless porpoise. Newborn Yangtze finless porpoise communicate with their mothers by transmitting low-frequency sonar, which is highly susceptible to ship noise because their frequencies are very close to each other. When the young Yangtze finless porpoise are unable to communicate with their mothers, they are unable to catch fish or obtain breast milk, and accidental death are likely to occur. In Poyang Lake, which is one of the main living places of Yangtze finless porpoise, fishermen lay fishing nets in large quantities, making it impossible for the Yangtze finless porpoise to swim from shallow water to deep water, resulting in stranding and death. In this video is a Yangtze finless porpoise with sharp fishhooks caught in his spine. His wounds are septic, and every time he swims forward, the fishhooks squeeze in his muscles. His life is in danger due to his slow swimming speed and inability to hunt for food. Eventually, the rescue of this Yangtze finless porpoise failed, and it sadly died. According to the statistics, the number of motorized vessels in the lower reaches of the Yangtze River doubles every 10 years. In recent years, there are nearly 70,000 vessels sailing on the Yangtze River every day, and the noise generated by the vessels has a significant impact on the distribution of Yangtze finless porpoise. The Yangtze finless porpoise live in the water, but they don't drink water directly from it. They obtain water from their food. Pollution of water bodies leads to a decline in the quality of bait resources for the Yangtze finless porpoise, and pollutants enter them through the food chain, leading to casualties. In addition to water pollution, solid waste that people discharge into the Yangtze River also threatens the lives of Yangtze finless porpoise. The video shows a Yangtze finless porpoise with plastic water bottles and weirs wrapped around its tail, struggling in the water, and it's clear that the more it struggles, the tighter it will wrap around, making it difficult to surface and arousing, threatening its life. In addition to the man-made factors mentioned above, some natural factors also threaten the survival of the Yangtze finless porpoise. Arid climate creates a dry period, leading to a sharp drop in the water level of the Yangtze finless porpoise habitats, threatening its survival. Low temperature causes the water to freeze, and the Yangtze finless porpoises need to break through the ice to breathe, thus injuring themselves when they hit the ice with their bodies. From 1984 to 2012, the Yangtze finless porpoise number dropped significantly, which is from 2,700 to 1,045. According to IUCN Red List of Endangered Species re-evaluation in 2013, the Yangtze finless porpoise was classified as extremely endangered. The execution of measures and efforts to conserve finless porpoises is impending, and it is crucial to reinforce and improve them.
Since the 1980s, China has been progressively investigating ways to save Yangtze finless porpoise. Several specific regulations and laws have been established and enforced, along with 3 protection strategies. At the same time, we have been put a sustained emphasis on ecosystem and species investigations and research, together with active promotion of scientific publicity and volunteer activities. First, laws and regulations give direction as well as a strong assurance for the protection. This is the timeline for some crucial events. In January 2016, President Xi stressed that the restoration of the Yangtze River's ecosystem should be given first priority. In February, Chinese Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs published the action plan to save the Yangtze Finless Porpoise. In September 2018, General Office of the State Council issued opinions on enhancing the protection of aquatic organisms in Yangtze River. In January 2021, a complete 10-year fishing ban is in place in all pivotal waters of the Yangtze River. In February, Chinese government elevated the conservation of the Yangtze Finless Porpoise to the strictest level 1 protection. In March, the Yangtze River Protection Law was put into effect. Moreover, 3 main protection strategies have been created and carried out based on the situation. Currently, more than 10 nature reserves have been created along the Yangtze River. The Poyang and the Dongting lakes are the 2 most important habitats for Yangtze Finless Porpoise. Wetland restoration projects have been implemented, and artificial fish nests have been constructed in shallow water places to lure fish to lay eggs, ensuring the food source of the finless porpoise. Also, prohibit illegal or disorganized sand mining. Regulate water construction projects and agricultural activities. Strictly punish all types of the illegal actions that will affect the lives of aquatic creatures, such as polluting. Improve dams distribution and usage to re-establish natural connection between the lakes and the Yangtze River. Establish regulations for ship traffic and noise management in the protected areas, core and buffer zones, such as imposing speed limits on ships. Fishing activities must be closely controlled, and related illegal fishing gears, such as fixed or electronic fishing nets, are forbidden. Improve consumption criteria for fishermen and provide alternative skill trainings to encourage industry transfer, such as changing fishing into aquaculture to solve the problem fundamentally. Increase patrols of Yangtze Finless Porpoise habitats, especially during extreme climate conditions such as drought season, and rescue them when their lives are in danger. Ex situ conservation and insurance population are vital and effective supplemental methods. It buys time for natural habitat restoration. After natural habitats have been properly restored, they will be released back into the wild. Other reasons also for ex situ conservation include several human activities, which will cause many uncontrollable elements that can impair the conservation of the finless porpoise in the Yangtze River's main channel. Extreme weather conditions can devastate finless porpoise native habitat environment, make it unsuitable for them to live. Due to the increasing number of the finless porpoise, the previous ex situ region has reached its maximum capacity. Since 1990, 5 ex situ conservation sites have been established, and insurance population have exceeded 150. Hubei Changjiang Tian'ezhou National Natural Reserve, with a total area of 217 square kilometers, is the first ex situ conservation area for the finless porpoise. Since 2018, a complete fishing ban has been carried out in this area, making it the first in the Yangtze River. Through captive husbandry and breeding, we can learn more about the physiology and reproductive regulations of the Yangtze finless porpoise, as well as create a research platform for species preservation methods. It can also serve as a platform for public scientific education, encouraging more people to better understand, care for, and engage in the protection of these endangered species. Till now, 6 Yangtze finless purpose have been successfully bred and grown up under the captive breeding program. Procedures for the husbandry and breeding of the captive finless purpose have been significantly improved. Sperm collection and artificial insemination technology will be actively studied in the future. Scientific investigations and the using of advanced technology are also essential in the protection. Enhance habitat ecological investigations and population monitoring. Utilize more advanced and accurate technology, such as UAV, in the research. Local government and related research institutions also prompt scientific publicity and motivate people to get involved in the volunteer activities, bring the society together to support the preservation. More than 50 organizations and associations have been founded since 2012, and volunteers have made great contributions in patrol, tracking, transporting materials, publicity, and education. Finally, we have made some achievements. It is exciting that the progress has been acknowledged by other countries and the international organizations. There are also some videos from WWF Cetacean Specialist Group and the director of the Vaquita Relocation Program giving high evaluations about it.
Only place where you can see both animals in the wild and animals in insurance populations in the oxbow lakes is in China, where the scientists had the foresight to take that as a precaution against potentially losing the second species in the Yangtze.
Well, the government of China's Yangtze finless porpoise conservation program has to date been enormously successful, but as you may well know, it's taken many decades in order to get to that point in time.
It is also thrilling that the effort has been affirmed by the finless purpose. Based on the completed whole range survey in 2022, the fish population in the Yangtze River has recovered to more than 323 species, and the population of the Yangtze finless porpoise is currently estimated to be around 1,249, marking the first time that the number of the finless porpoise has recovered and stopped declining. The Yangtze River's coastal ecosystem and water quality have significantly improved, and the living range of the finless porpoise have been expanded. Several female porpoises with their babies have also been seen by the investigators. Changing the fate of the finless porpoise is becoming more and more promising.